Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam takaful untuk semua. Pelan Takaful Hijrah27 yang dilancarkan oleh industri takaful di Malaysia pada 9 November 2024 yang lalu adalah merupakan satu pelan strategi yang dirangka untuk memperkukuhkan industri takaful di Malaysia menjelang tahun 2027. Pelan ini memberi tumpuan kepada inovasi, meningkatkan daya saing dan memperluaskan perkhidmatan takaful dalam memenuhi keperluan rakyat Malaysia. Baiklah, pada hari ini kita akan bersama dengan Encik Shahrul Azlan Shariman, Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Great Eastern Takaful Berhad untuk menelusuri pandangan beliau mengenai Hijrah27. Assalamualaikum tuan. Encik Shahrul, apa khabar?
Alhamdulillah, syukur. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Asri. First and foremost, I would like to thank MTA for giving me a chance to talk about Hijrah27. A lot has spoken about Hijrah27, and thank you for the presentation the other day to all our board. I would say that Hijrah27 has been a blueprint. It is not just a blueprint, but a guide. It's till 2027, which is 4 years, which is not long. Why? I must say is the values that is essential in this 4 years, dalam 4 tahun ni lagi, right? As we all know, when I talk about values, right, as we all know that it's 4 decades, yeah, that at first, the first 1980s, right, if I'm not mistaken, 1982, right, it was about building the blocks. Then the growth started, right? And then the expansion. Then digitalization came in. Then the question is, what's next in the 5th, right? So I think that is portion that Hijrah27 is very close or a guidance for the whole industry, takaful industry especially, right? To look towards to and towards to fight for it, yeah, in the next 4 years. And inshallah, collaboration among all takaful operators to go towards that 2027. So I just want to add one more thing, Asri, right? Yes. Is that customers, in the 4 decades, customers are getting smarter and smarter. That's one. Second thing is technology comes in play, right? So these 2 things, we as an industry need to speed up to make sure that there's clear growth, and not just growth, sustainability. So I think in terms of the blueprint, I've gone through the blueprint. It's a lot of things, but to me, I think it is practical for the industry actually to work towards that. It boils down to the values, and also you mentioned about the vision, right? One thing good about it's very practical. I saw the Hijrah27 blueprint. It's very practical. You've got one vision, and that's very important. Right? One vision, you got your 8 trusts and 8 critical success factor. To me, I think if you follow that path, right, it's something which is not nothing out of the box, but you just follow the path. All the operators follow the path, inshallah, to run through, and especially the key success factor plays a big and important role. How Great Eastern Takaful can go along with it and grow together, as in together with Hijrah27 punya path, is that I think it's already, to me, we've already started the journey already. We've got a purpose, very clear purpose, which is similar to the vision, which is we help people help each other in times of need because we can, right? In short, the values is about helping the people. The question is, and this one is clearly stated in Hijrah27, is what is the critical success factor to go towards that, to help towards that. For example, right, the awareness, the meaningful, not just awareness, but the meaningful awareness is something which, it comes very close to my heart, because we are talking about customer retention. sustainability of customers. It's not just about selling medical card, thank you, bye-bye. Tak ada. We cannot have that already. The last 4 decades, maybe it's a learning process. But moving forward, right, it's a customer for life. It is what you're selling on paper, or sorry, not, you shouldn't say selling. What you're promoting, what you're sharing to the customers is actually for life. And it's a customer needs to understand end to end. Second thing which it resonates very well with Great Eastern Takaful in terms of the Hijrah27, one of it as well is the technology, right?
Yes.
Right? Technology is something which you cannot run away already, right? The reach of the customers in Malaysia, just for example, B40 sahaja, you're talking about 11 million customer base. But it is a bit of, to me, I think it's a combination. It cannot be just digital, but it's digital plus human touch. A lot of people say, let's insurance dual digital, ditto. It cannot. It's a combination of both. And I think we've started that ball rolling already. And we, of course, anything that you do, you have to plan, do, check and act. Sama di Great Eastern Takaful. Bukan digital saja. Digital and physical aspects. But you cannot run away from digital. And I think the last part which I would like to share, and this is critical, I think is the sustainability, inclusivity of people. I think that is something which is missing in the last 4 decades. The last 4 decades is people sharing to only maybe the urban area. So, but the B40 needs to understand end to end what coverage is, right? And slowly, I would say, when tadi saya cakap pasal meaningful awareness, right? Slowly, because of My Salam, they understand now a little bit why. Currently, it's of course paid by the government, but eventually it will fade off. Eventually, the people, the B40 will need to understand how coverage is. So now dah ada dia punya experience that bila sakit they have something. So right now it is more of the meaningful awareness on how do we actually share with them that it is important to get the coverage. I think these are there's a lot more examples, but I think these 3 examples are quite practical. And how do we move forward, and how Great Eastern Takaful has already started that journey. Okay, I can give you some examples, and I think I've touched upon awareness, because if you talk about awareness, when you talk about insurance or takaful, orang pun banyak orang lagi, especially kau nak jual lah ni. But it's not just that way. Yes, the meaningful awareness must be there. So what we've done actually, and this is something interesting which I think we are the first one to do it, is that we actually purchased a upcycling machine. The upcycling machine is very simple. It is Kitar Semula Plastics, or upcycle plastic. More than 2,000 students. And what we do is, in terms of awareness, we go there. It's like a macam hook lah. Budak-budak itulah. Bila tengok something, wah, benda masuk plastik, keluar jadi something, dan sekono. But as and when we talk that, we talk about recycled plastics or upcycling plastics, we also talk about adik tahu tak apa tu adalah coverage? Adik tahu tak? So that is where you kind of macam you get them hooked onto it first as well. And then you actually make awareness about, because you got to start them young. Because some people you cakap dengan pakcik-pakcik 50-60 tu dia dah tepu. Dia kata, tak takaful, tak nak, awak nak duit daripada saya. Tapi you have to start them young, on financial awareness, literacy awareness, because when you talk about savings, you talk about protection, it has to start from young. Right? And I think that is where Great Eastern has started. And as I've mentioned, we've already gone through Negeri Sembilan, Melaka, and insyaAllah we'll further to Penang and Johor and etc. I think that these are little things that we do. We think that it will take a long time, but again, the teachers have started. The students have already started. To know what coverage is, how important coverage is. It has to start from young. So that's where we talk about the awareness.
Yeah.
Right? So when I spoke about one vision, make sure that it's just one vision, because every company will have their own strategies and etc. But their strategies must work towards that vision, must work towards the 8 trust, and must work towards the 8 success factor. Right? Easier said than done. However, whatever the trust, yang 8 trust tu dengan 8 success factor tu, is already in their strategies already. Kebanyakannya I can see lah, because these are practical things. For example, inclusivity of people, of coverage, product, talents. Nak tak nak, kena buat. Right? Nak tak nak, the 11 Takaful operators, together with this one, all Takaful operators will have to level up. The word is level up. Right? So you talk, like I said, right? Products. You can level up. Inclusivity. Then you have to put SME segments. It's missing. Something that we need to work on, because I think that is something which clearly is missing in the industry. So you talk about products, digital. So you can see some companies are already spending a lot on digital. So I think that part is inclusive, but everyone must sing the same song. So I'm happy that MTA has a blueprint, and on their feet all the time to make sure that, inshallah, we at least follow the footprint, and we must make sure that 2027 is achievable. All right, but I want to share that it's a journey. I know 4 years things long is not long. Every company will need to collaborate. Competition is good, but on certain terms is to collaborate with one another to make sure that talent is missing. I must say, in the industry, talent is missing. So it is not just within the operators. You got to take talent from outside, right? And pelapis too from university. And alhamdulillah, we've got USAS, right? Who've already and we're already collaborating with some universities to make sure that pelapis baru ada. So it's a journey, but I'm excited about this next 4 years. On the Hijrah27, right? I think the most important thing is having the right culture. That is not just the talent, but our agency force, agency professionalism. We've grown, like I said, the four decades we've grown. But it's time for the Takaful industry to have proper professionalism. It's not just by paper, but on selling on need based. Right? So talent is two, right? One is talent within the industry. One is agency as a whole, banker as a whole. It is about telling the right thing to the customer. Because only with that, you get the best outcome. And we talk about values. Right? So that's one. Second thing is about, like I mentioned, it's a collaboration. Right? In order for this Hijrah27 to work, a well-disciplined collaboration amongst all operators to walk through the 8 trust and to basically chart it out, right? Not doing it for the sake of doing it, but for the future of Takaful. I think that's mine. And like I said, it's a big blueprint altogether, right? One message only. Values of Takaful is different than any of the rest, right? If you have doing the right thing, right, with the right value, inshallah, the business growth, sustainability will always be there. It's all about values of internal values and to external values to customers. Most important thing is to customers, right? So if you go through the right values, doing right the right time, doing right for the customers all the time, right? Improving the knowledge, getting the right talent, professionalism, encompass everything. I think it will just grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and inshallah Hijrah27 will be a tick mark, and we've done it together as a team.
Hijrah27 mencerminkan komitmen industri takaful di Malaysia untuk menjadikan industri takaful ini lebih progresif, inklusif dan relevan pada menghadapi cabaran masa hadapan. Ianya selari dengan financial sector blueprint yang dikeluarkan oleh Bank Negara Malaysia, malah ianya juga sejajar dengan wawasan kemakmuran bersama 2030 dan aspirasi Malaysia sebagai hub kewangan Islam global. Hijrah27, sama berlindung, sama beramal, sama berjaya. Takaful untuk semua. Saya Hasri Hamidan melaporkan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.